Hello, good morning to everyone and welcome to the first module Introduction to Architecture. Today here I am Kusum Chaudhary, Assistant Professor in School of Architecture, Galgottias University. So let's start with your first module. In this module, we will study about the building construction and the subtopic is building material. So let's start with the today lecture. Firstly, we have objective of this module. There are three objectives. First one is unlearn the traditional classroom system and get acquainted to project-based learning. Second one is learning graphical representation of everyday experiences. And third one is understanding professional ethics and values. Here on this slide are given some topic outline of this lecture. First one is define building material, classify building material, correlate the performance and selection criteria of building material, different types of material, requirements of material, what are the application of material, what are the uses of material and properties of the material. So let's start with the building material definition. Building material is a material used for construction purpose, and that construction can be any type of building such as residential purpose, commercial purpose, hospital, dam, flyover and so on. Basically building material can be two types, which is natural available material and artificial materials. Artificial materials can be called man-made material also. So here are given some different types of materials: stone, brick, lime, cement, metal, sand, aggregate, mortar and so on. So first, in the first image here you can see the stone. Stone is a naturally available material, and for example artificial material brick. So this is the man-made material, brick. Lime, next is cement. Metal, this is again artificially material. Timber, this is natural available material. Sand, it can be natural available material which is known as the river sand. And but in this image here you can see the example of artificial sand. And next is the aggregate. So these are the some different types of material which is used for construction purpose. So let's start with the stone. As we all know, stone is a naturally available material. So here are given two main classification of stone masonry. Are first one is rubble masonry, second is the ashlar masonry. So here are given some example of rubble masonry or ashlar masonry. This is an example of random rubble masonry, and this is the example of coast rubble masonry. As it is clear by its name, random rubble masonry, here you can see the stone are in uneven sizes and shapes, and there is no alignment in the masonry. And in comparison to coast rubble masonry, here are some stones are in even shape and sizes. They are chisel in comparison to random rubble masonry, and here you can see the some alignment and coast in the rubble coast masonry. So again this is an example of random ashlar masonry, and this is the coast ashlar masonry. This is the example of ashlar fine. So you can see the clearly even sizes, shape of the stone and the coast system of the ashlar masonry. And this is an example of rough ashlar rough masonry. So clearly you can compare these two example with fine ashlar fine or ashlar rough masonry. Here you can see there is no even courses. So and in the ashlar fine masonry we can see the clearly even courses stage of the ashlar masonry. So here are given some requirement of stone, these are required for structures, appearance, color, texture, weight, fineness of grain. Stone have good durability, strength and hardness, and facility of working and dressing. So these were the example and requirement of the stone masonry. In this slide, here you can see the some application of stone. First images are showing the stone flooring. Here you can see the example of different purpose and different uses of stone. Second one is keystone retaining wall block. Next is the stone wall. Here we are using the stone for the block wall. Next is the stone dam. Next one is the stone in bridges. So these are the some use and example of stone masonry for different purpose in different structures. Next building material is brick. Brick is a type of block used to build wall, pavement and other element in masonry construction. Brick is commonly used for construction purpose. There are given some requirement of brick. When we talk about a good brick, the brick color should be red or copper and uniform. It should be well burnt in clean. The surface should be even and free from crack. For example, you can see this image of the brick, which is very even and free from cracks, and edges should be sharp like this. So here are given some standard size of brick. Conventional traditional size is 230, which is the this length is 230, and this side is 115 mm, 115 mm, and the height of the brick is 75 mm. And standard and modular size of a brick is 190 into 90 into 90 mm. Now, uses of brick. Beds of brick are used in concrete in foundation work. The brick should be durable. They should be low in cost, and they should be have good strength. They should be easily available. Brick are light in compared to stone. So these are the very commonly used construction material. Here you can see an example of brick wall. So next is, now we have next building material, lime. Basically lime is one of the basic building material used mainly as lime mortar in construction. Quick lime is a form of lime is manufactured by burning of stone that has calcium carbonate within it. The burning temperature varies 900 degrees Celsius and above for several hours. This process is called calcination. Here are given some requirement of lime. It should set easily. It should have low shrinkage. It should not contain impurities. It should be moisture resistant. It should slake easily with water. It has good workability and it stiffens quickly. It has low shrinkage. It has good resistance to moisture, and lime possesses good plasticity. So in this image you can see the lime. Now we have next building material is cement, which is very common and widely used. Cement is a substance used for binding and hardening other material. Water and cement set and harden through a chemical reaction known as hydration. The process of hardening is described as curing, which require particular condition of temperature and humidity. Cement can be mixed with a fine aggregate and water to produce mortar used in masonry construction as a bedding and adhesive to bind and fill the gaps between adjacent blocks of brick, that can be a block of concrete or stones. Here are some uses of cement. It is used in making joints for drains, pipes. It is used to prepare RCC structure of building by using reinforcement with cement concrete. It is used in construction of building, bridges, tanks, dome, flyovers, etc. And it is used to prepare cement concrete for various construction works. So for example, you can see in this image here concrete is pouring in reinforcement bars. So this is an example of cement concrete pouring. Now we have next building material is metal. Stainless steel is among one of the oldest non-building material. Carbon steel, aluminium, copper tubing and stainless steel are durable, strong and corrosion resistant metal that are frequently applied in the building industry. These metals form everything from door frames and highway to pipes and staircase. So these metals can be used for different purpose. Here metals divided into two categories, ferrous metal and non-ferrous metal. In ferrous metal we have pig iron, cast iron, wrought iron and steel, and in non-ferrous metal category we have aluminium, copper, magnesium. So we have some requirement of metal. They should provide sufficient strength to bear the load coming on them. They should provide resistance to heat and fire. They should have good adhesion and adhesion with cement concrete. So these are the some requirement which should be in a good metal. In this image you can see the bar. So these are the reinforcement bar which is used for foundation, wall, slab, columns and so on. So in this image you can see the steel section which is used for different purpose in building according to need and design. So now we have next building material is timber. Timber is one of the most useful and important material for construction. Selecting timber is not an easy task because timber has different types, out of which selecting the right material is an important key. Timber is an expensive materials to be incorporated in building for different purpose. Therefore, uh, it should be strong, tough and durable. Here we divided the timber into two types. First one is natural timber and industrial timber. In natural timber, when we get the timber from these types of trees, so these all consider in the natural timber: babul, oak, pine, mango, sal, teak, neem, palms and cheer. So these all the categories of the trees. And industrial timber: veneer, plywood, fiberboard, impers, imbers timber, compressed timber. So these all categories comes under the industrial timber. Here are given some requirement of timber. It should be dense, it should have uniform texture, it should have dark uniform color, and it should be workable, good machinability. So in this image you can see the example of a timber house. So it's completely constructed by the use of the timber. And at the last of this slide we will discuss some uses of timber. So if we will talk about the use of timber, so we know timber can be used in various types: railway sleepers, bridges, pipes. Timber can be used for furniture, decorative pieces, doors, obviously in roof, partition wall, boards, etc., packing material, piles, cart wheel, poles and so on. So these are the some uses of timber. Now we have next building material is sand. Sand is a granular material composed of finely divided rock and mineral particles. It is defined by size, being finer than gravel and coarser than slate. It is naturally available material. So timber can be naturally available material and it can be artificial also. So these are the types of sand: natural sand and artificial sand. Here you can see in this image river sand, which is known as the natural sand. This is the M sand, which is the artificial sand. So if we will talk about the natural sand, is obtained from pits, river beds and sea beds. It is durable, it mixes with binding material easily, it is has shiny luster, and it is of whitish brown color. So an artificial sand is formed by decomposition of sandstone due to various weathering effect. So this is known as the artificial sand. It should be clean, it should be well graded. Maximum permissible clay content is 3 to 4% in sand. It should contain sharp angular grains. So these all comes under the types of sand. Now we have aggregate. Aggregate as a granular material such as sand, gravel, crushed stone, crushed hydraulic cement, concrete or iron blast furnace slag used with a hydraulic cementing medium to produce either concrete or mortar. Types of aggregate include coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. So these are the two types of aggregate. If we will talk about the fine aggregate, so size of aggregate is defined 4.7 mm or less is termed as fine aggregate. So we can consider this size, which is 4.75 mm, or it can be less than. So these category consider in the fine aggregate. And if we will talk about the coarse aggregate, so size of coarse aggregate should be 80 mm to 4.75 mm, which is known as the coarse aggregate. So these two types and two sizes are considered under the coarse aggregate. Now we have mortar. Mortar basically is a building material which is used for binding the two blocks or two material that can be stone, bricks or concrete and masonry units. So basically it's a workable paste which harden to bind building blocks. So they are insoluble in water, they are of moderate weight and they are strong and durable. So you in this image you can see the mortar, how it look like mortar. Here are given some requirement of mortar. It should have good adhesion with brick, stones. It should resist penetration of rainwater. It should be cheap, durable and workable. It should be set quickly. The joint formed by mortar should not develop crack. So these are the some requirement of mortar. So in this slide here are given some references. So you can use these references for more detail about the different types of building material. So you can use these references. At the end of the lecture, here are given some questions related to this lecture. Question number 1, explain the different types of material with its applications and uses. Next is, what is difference between natural sand and coarse sand, and explain its application in construction. Question number 3 is, define the different type of stone masonry. You have to define these all types of masonry: rubble masonry, ashlar masonry, coarse rubble masonry, uncoarse rubble masonry, and you have to support your answer with the images or graphically. So you have to solve all these questions. Now, at the end, I would like to conclude this lecture. The knowledge of materials, characteristics allow the designer not only to make the best material selection as a function of its applications in a given product, but also to overcome its limits and constraint in a design path where materials and transformation technologies become variable of the creation process. Building material are the material that are used to construct any civil structure. Mud, stone, wood, leaves, limes, fiber are the example of natural material, and cement, brick, tile, glass, metal and plastic are the example of artificial building materials. Now, I would like to thanks to everyone for watching and listening this video lecture.